Hello, I am Brandon, the humble host of Actual Play Broadcast. This will serve as an introduction to our broadcast for the time being. As we record and publish more, it shall change. We are still getting things set up, so apologies for any errors, skips, or silence that may occur. Everything will be smoothed out in due time. Please enjoy our broadcasts of various RPGs, and remember to tune in for more every other week, as continuations or new adventures will be posted at such times. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for
the lore.
Thank you for tuning into Actual Play Broadcast.
I'm gonna say the gamer word.
Please don't. And we are playing the Alien system.
Yeah, the fucking... Y'all know the drill by now. Shouldn't be here if you haven't watched the other episodes. Content warnings for blood, violence, gore.
Yeah, and if you are, don't complain.
Yeah, if you're jumping in the middle of this, you're not going to understand what's happening. And yeah, we're also we're all a little tired, if you can't tell.
And a little new.
That long ass last two episodes that got split into, that last session that got split into two episodes was not even 12 hours ago at this point.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're gonna date the VOD.
Good.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not gonna do that. Never mind.
Please don't.
And now we're restarting the episode.
Yeah. I was gonna say, you want to date the VOD? Let me give you something that dates the VOD. I was gonna drop some hot facts.
Yeah, let's not.
But no, I'm not gonna do that. That said, we are going to be short one player today. People really wanted to continue from the session last night because juicy cliffhanger. Our third player, Ali, isn't able to make it because work requirements. But also, we're at a good point that we can continue with the party split, and Ali will return in Alien Endgame. Whether he will be alive or as an NPC or both, we'll find out.
The better question is will it be recorded?
Is he going to be around for phase 5 of the Alien tabletop universe?
Oh god.
No, his planned return is for phase 9.
My bad.
Don't hurt me, Disney.
What do you mean? You already have. What do you mean?
Have you seen Star Wars?
I'm not going to go Star Wars.
Unless we're sponsored by Disney, then...
Disney, shut the fuck up.
Disney would rather shoot us than sponsor us.
Where's my fucking money, bitch?
You don't mess with the mouse.
You don't mess with the mouse. Break your knees.
Anywho.
Alright. So, where we last left off. Actually, why am I doing this? I have y'all here for this. I already do enough. Y'all recap what has happened up to this point.
Shit got bad. So, last we left off, we were in the compound after we had just gotten attacked. We were going through the process of turning power back on when my original character, Jackson, was attacked by a totally not predator.
It was an Invisa-alien.
It was an Invisa-alien who shot who shot a net at him, pinned him to a wall, and the team worked very hard to free him, only for him to be turned into cubed meat.
We were so close, man.
Yeah.
It was a valiant effort.
Alas, fruitless. But after that, gang got together. It's like, hey, we're gonna head to the Egghead compound because it might be safer there. I took over the medic Tristan. We get everyone, the civilians included, if we fucking book it to the Egghead compound, have a slight run-in with one of the aliens. all right, though. No one died. We get there only to find out that they're probably in a worse situation than we are, as the heavy sense that was guarding the compound dead, along with tons of aliens. We decide that we need to go in, get weapons. We radio back to command. Command is like, cool, remember that suit from from a couple days ago that you had to babysit? Yeah, he's a high-value target. You need to bring him back.
A couple of days, bitch. It hadn't even been 24 hours yet.
We then sigh deeply as we go in and descend a massive lift to get to where he is. We find him. If he says if the corporation one more time, I might shoot him. But he has data that is apparently important to get back to the corporation. And as we go to leave, lift breaks because, fuck us. We take...
Well, the lift doesn't just break. It was like the cable was cut.
It is broken.
Yeah, well, that's significant because we thought it was the Invisa alien.
But we had to take a tram. We get to a giant fucking ziggurat that likes to change its configuration, so that's fun. We go in to retrieve another high-value target that, according to Russ, says we will be set for life if that happens. Cool, I just want off the rock. We grab them. As we grab them, a Praetorian comes in. Ali one-shot the Praetorian with a grenade. And then we just started sprinting down the infinite down staircase before that shit just happened to all of us.
Yeah, we got separated by a warrior. Ali's character, Sarge, was left to deal with it alone while the pair of us who were stalked by another warrior got attacked and injected with something. It stabbed us with its tail, and now we're getting real sleepy, Mr. Stark.
Oh no, I'm unconscious now. I am fully asleep.
Yeah. Tristan fell asleep, and we were left with Durzo picking up his body after just probably ODing on some stimulants, let's be frank. And deciding we're gonna get out of here together or not at all. Which is probably the wrong decision, but
Yeah. The quote unquote Sarge has been separated from the rest of the group and is, for all intents and purposes, MIA for the time being. And the NPCs that are with you all are still charging ahead, though Ellis does kind of stop and realize for a second that the two of you are lagging behind, and he has to look between you two and the others, trying to decide does he go to help you guys or does he go with Bruce and the scientist and this chick he knows nothing about.
There's a correct decision, Alex.
He considers for a moment. I'm going to leave it to chance. Let's see. Okay. He considers for a moment. And he proceeds to chase after the NPCs.
That was the right decision.
To keep following them. Now, where we left off, Tristan has passed out. And Durzo took a injection of, what was it, Never Sleep or something?
Yeah. Makes it to where you don't have to sleep per dose. You don't have to sleep for a day, but each dose increases your stress by 1.
Yeah, so you take that, and a few moments pass, and you can feel that you are beginning to lose consciousness. You are fighting with every fiber of your being to stay awake, essentially, at this point. You effectively have one round left before you're going to succumb. What does Durzo want to do? Damiani.
Oh, sorry, my mic is off. Well, fuck. I was really hoping those pills would work. I guess best case scenario, quick look around. Are we still like surrounded by xenomorphs?
Not right now. The horde that had kind of been lingering around has seemed to have like moved. You get the impression that this one attacked the two of you for a reason. You get the feeling that it's one of those, like, you don't know if you really know, but it's like it's a guess that you feel confident about. Like there's like this instinctual kind of, it wanted to separate us. Like these things are smart.
Yeah. Well, given that I know that the layout of this place changes, I want to kind of get in like a corner or something that isn't gonna leave us crushed to death in a unknown amount of time.
Yeah, well, you're not super familiar with the layout, but you can kind of eyeball it to see what parts of the pyramid will seem like they'll move when the time comes.
Yeah, I'm just like whatever looks least movable, like some corner there, because I'm gonna dump Tristan in the corner and then just kind of like kneel over to like block him off as much as possible.
As far as you can tell, the hallway you're in, when it shifts, where there are intersections now, will become walls. Like those intersections will become blocked off, and you will be essentially trapped inside of a rectangular room.
Okay. How many doses of no sleep did you have, Tristan? 10. Cool. I'm gonna pop a couple of doses into Tristan, if I can, when I'm laying him down, and
yeah, you
fucking hope he wakes up.
Yeah, you can put the doses into him. They do not cause him to wake up. And
no, yeah, I mean, I hope he wakes up soon enough.
Yeah. By the time you do all this, you end up succumbing yourself.
Yeah.
And you both fall unconscious. Let me double check this real quick. That's interesting. It doesn't really explain, which I guess is fair because the movies don't either. So you're essentially unconscious for a plot amount of time.
That's fair. I think I know what's going to happen.
It doesn't elaborate on how long you're unconscious for. So, yeah. I'm trying to piece out what exactly the timeline is going to be.
Yeah. I mean, Durzo's the heavy. He's not the medic. Like he is just hoping that like what he did buys them enough time for Tristan to get up and like dose them back to full or something.
Yeah. Let me think. Okay. So what'll happen is when you do wake up, you are currently suspended in the gooey, hardened mess of black shit in a pitch black room. You are feeling a bit disoriented. It's that same lingering feeling you had from when you were first injected by this toxin. But it is like slowly fading and you're getting like sensation returning to your fingertips and such. But you both are kind of waking up. I guess, Brandon, you would be the first to wake up, a little bit ahead of Durzo here. With how dark it is, you can't really see much, and it's also really warm down here. And you can hear kind of wet sounds every once in a while, but they're fairly quiet and distant. You get, based off of the ambient sound, you feel like you're in a large chamber of some kind. And you feel like you might be a couple feet off the ground. Because your feet are not touching ground. You are very much being suspended and attached to a wall.
We'll see if I can break out of it. I will struggle.
Sure, stamina.
Oh, great.
I believe in you.
You shouldn't. Somehow this character's stamina was worse than my last one's.
Character's a medic. He's got a lot of other attributes he needs to prioritize.
Well, none of them are great. I assume I still have all my stress.
Yes.
Not great.
Okay. So you start wiggling, and at first you start to worry that maybe you won't be able to get out of this. And so a little bit of a panic starts to set in, your hands start shaking, but you do, you hear a piece crack and you manage to like break it free, and you're still a little shook, but like, okay, I have a chance. I can get out of this. It's just going to take a minute. So you start working away at it. It'll ultimately take you a minute, but you're able to break free. It is important to note at this point in time, you don't have any of your weapons on you except like if you had a sidearm, that's probably still attached to you.
Yeah, we got
and your armor is gone.
Yeah, we got a sidearm from the since.
Okay.
What model was that again?
It would have been a holdout, or not a holdout, but the standard issue service pistol.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's like the M4A3 service pistol is what it's called.
Yeah, M4A3.
Here in the dark, you can faintly make out that a spot next to you, you think it's Durzo. You're not entirely sure because of how dark it is. But as you look around and your eyes adjust to the darkness, you can start to see that amidst this oddly just gooey yet hard looking walls of just like biological material, you can see the faint outlines of other people down here as well. And there are more of the eggs that you saw before about 15 feet behind you.
Oh boy.
Heading towards the center of the room. And it is humid down here. Like you're realizing you're not damp, like you're sweating.
I will sit there and try to get Durzo awake.
Oh, you're gonna try to wake him up first?
Yep.
Okay. Let's say have Durso make an observe roll.
Okay.
Let's see if his attempts to wake you up can kind of pull you out early from this.
Do I get my stress?
Yeah.
Cool. Because that is, sextuples my dice.
Okay. Yeah, you wake up hearing his voice, and then you try to move and realize you can't. And just knowing how bad the situation was, you immediately begin to panic and start struggling and making a lot of noise. Because you're restrained, you can't flee, so you don't relieve a stress. And Tristan, knowing that there is shit in here with you, him making a lot of noise trying to get free is stressing you out. So you get a point of stress.
Fantastic.
Good. Fuck. What the fuck? Fuck.
Calm down. Sit down here. We need to go. Trying to get you out. So I'll start helping him. I'll start helping break him out.
Yeah, with your help and then him able to assist, the two of you can manage to break free. It takes a few minutes. It is not easy, but it is doable.
Yeah, with my 5 strength and 2 stamina.
But give me what is it called? I know it's not called stealth.
Mobility?
Do they not have? I guess it would just be mobility. Yeah.
Mobility.
Give me a mobility to do this quietly. Yeah, hey, mobility or survival, whichever is higher for you. I don't think survival is really meant for physical tasks, but I think it can apply here.
I mean, it's about finding sanctuary and shit in alien environments.
Oh,
no.
That's awful.
I'm just deciding which is better for me. Survival is wits, and I've got 2 on that. No, mobility is better. Dice. I get 5, I think. Yes, 5. And then my stress of 10. Wow. Somehow didn't fail that.
So you are getting ready to leave when your foot hangs on something and you nearly fall and smash your face on the floor, and you naturally let out a yelp of surprise. But you do catch yourself. However, you hear more of those wet noises as there's some kind of activity in the room. It's really dark. You can't exactly see what's going on, but you can see there is motion in the darkness. What do you want to do?
Question. Do we have our rebreathers still?
No, all of your equipment that would have been in your bags and shit is gone. You have a sidearm and the clothes on your back.
Yeah.
Got it.
Your smart gun headset is probably still on your head, but your smart gun is nowhere to be seen.
Okay, so that would include my anti-flash sunglasses then. Oh wait, if my headset is on my head, oh well, that's I forget. Is the headset built into my helmet?
No.
Okay.
The headset is a separate thing.
Okay. I just have them included on my gear as M10 helmet plus head mounted sight.
There you go.
I'll fix that. There we go. I'm just gonna grab Tristan and book it for the like closest door.
Okay.
At this point, no idea where we are, so it doesn't matter what direction we pick as long as we go a direction.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Did you just
Should have given the
a
civvies
direction?
Should have given the civvies a comm. Oh well.
So the pair of you start running in the darkness, and you gun your way down into a chamber where the air feels like it gets hotter. And you see light in the distance, and as you run towards it, you kind of end up in this hallway that widens up again into another chamber. And you can see the outlines of more of these eggs, dozens of them in this room alone. And there is a light fog that is lingering above the floor, that sits just above all the eggs. And it's almost like the fog is contained beneath some kind of invisible barrier. But you're able to pass through it without issue. However, you see strung up is a massive one of these creatures, one of these alien beings, immense in size, easily 10 to 12 meters in size. But it is still as death. There are a series of spikes from what looks to be industrial type machinery that have been driven through this thing while it is in chains. Some of these spikes have been slightly melted, but there's no doubt about it. This thing is dead.
Okay.
And it is hanging there suspended in its death. You have no way of knowing how long it's been dead. There's no signs of decomposition. You don't even know if these things decompose or if they are like bugs and they can like sit like that for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, these are acid things. I don't think acid decomposes.
Yeah.
As far as I care, like, they don't.
Yeah. But as you're taking in this scene, you do hear movement behind you. A scurrying sound.
Fuck, Tris. Okay.
Gun drawn, aim at it.
Yeah, I'll form rank with him.
Okay. Let's do your observation, because it is going to be below the fog. So let's do your observation against its stealth.
I presume since we're doing this together, we'll both make it. I don't know if is there assist rolls? I don't think so.
Fuck, I hate this result so much.
Help from others, actually.
Damn, that fucking seat covered, dude.
Neat. In the future, evidently there is a help from others action. It only gives you one die, but
Gotcha.
Doom, stress 10. Holy shit.
All right. So you both can see the spider-like thing that is scurrying through the fog towards you. You can see the ripples in the fog it's making as it moves. However, Tristan, your gut instinct is to break line of sight from these things after hearing about how they jump at people. So you immediately dart to the side around the corner so that it can't immediately jump you.
Yeah, because it was Sarge that got jumped by one of these things, right? I
Yeah.
remember I was there, but I think Tristan was off somewhere else.
Yeah. So, Durzo, you have an action before it gets to you. What do you want to do?
I'll fire.
All right. Take your shot.
Cool. Bonus +2. That's 10. Fuck. I really am not liking this stress. Son of a bitch. Being at max stress is just makes you unable to do things.
Yeah, because you are at 10.
Yeah.
What else happens
Yeah.
when you're at 10?
Nothing happens when I'm at 10. I just have a 1/3 chance of going catatonic at any fucking roll.
Awful.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you go to try to line up a shot, realize it's just moving too fast, and you try to run for cover. So it's going to go, and it is going to chase after you. Let's see what it wants to do. Oh, is that all?
Sorry if I blew out the mic.
Okay. Well, no, that's not what I wanted. I want the other command. Please cooperate. Oh,
Naturally.
okay. This is like a 1 in 6 chance of this happening, but okay.
So is one of us just instant dead?
So you go running for the cover and you hear it scurrying behind you, and you turn just in time to see a clasp of bony leg finger looking things clasp around your face and just engulfs your entire face as you can feel this appendage forcing its way down your throat. You have a moment where you grasp at it to try to pull it free. But as you struggle, its grip tightens and you can feel its tail begin to wrap and lash around your throat and tighten and tighten. And soon you find yourself not able to breathe and you slip away into unconsciousness.
And that's
as
me.
you can feel something being pumped into your body.
Cool.
For the time being, you are face hugged and broken. You are still alive, but, well, you know. Tristan, you see this go down. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna try to get it off of him, and if I have issue with that, I'm going to try to carefully shoot it off of him.
Okay, so you try to tug at it, and you can see the tail tighten around his throat. It very clearly is not going to willingly be pulled off.
I will line the pistol up to the top of it and aim, because he's on the ground, right?
Yeah, he's laying down on the ground, unconscious. This thing it's entirely enveloped around his head, essentially, and its tail is wrapped around his throat.
I'm going to put it to the top, like where the top of his head is. I'm going to put it against the creature, tilt it upward a little bit, and fire.
So you're not shooting me in the head.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. So you shoot it. Go ahead and make the ranged combat roll, considering the. Well, go ahead. Yeah, just go ahead and roll the ranged combat roll. Okay, so it's 3 plus your base damage of what for the pistol?
1.
Do you know if it's armor piercing?
No, it's not.
I don't believe it is. Yeah, no.
No, it's not. I'm looking at it right now. It's just bonus of +2 dice, 1 damage, no traits.
Oh, I didn't add the dice to it. Oh well.
Oh, go for it.
Nah, nothing.
Well, you shoot it, and it makes this sort of screeching noise as a chunk of it goes flying and acid sprays from it. Oof. Okay, so both of you take 2 acid damage as it explodes essentially from being shot at point blank.
I'm not down. But the acid's half-life will take my last point of health next round. I'm just letting you know, Tristan.
Well, real quick, let's how do we calculate HP again?
One moment.
Yeah.
It's like stamina plus strength.
Yeah, I think it's stamina plus strength, but let me double check. Personal stuff, health. Health. You start the game with another health points equal to your strength score.
Oh,
I just had a thing that gave it more.
The splash kills. Well, actually, I roll on the injury table, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to find where that is.
That's in combat. Combat and panic. You have damage. You go to the broken condition, and then you roll 2d6. One's the 10s, one's the 1s.
Okay. Yep.
The page,
right.
The critical table is on page 100.
Yep, I'm looking at it.
All right. So you game broken.
And then 55.
55, Seth. Neat.
Jesus. Yeah, so you shoot this thing, and just the way the blood sprays as it screeches, it just splatters at an angle across your thigh, and it just starts chewing through your leg.
I believe that requires another roll now. A death roll, since that says it is fatal.
Is there a spot? List is fatal. You must make a death roll when the listed time runs out. A death roll is a roll for stamina, but you cannot push the roll, and you are not allowed to roll any stress dice. If the death roll fails, you die. If you succeed, you linger on, but you must make another death roll when the listed amount of time has passed again. Okay. So yeah, -1 though? Like, is that a -1 to the roll?
It's a -1 to the roll. The only way to bypass is if someone were to give me medical treatment, but since the only person here that could do that is currently unconscious, I'm in for a bad time.
All right.
Well, you can give yourself medical treatments, presumably.
It specifically says someone else.
Stamina -1.
Yep. And no stress, right?
Correct. You cannot use stress on it.
I succeed.
Holy shit.
It's too bad. Too bad the half-life
so
make me do it again.
Yeah.
This is horrendous, but you could feel it chewing through the bone in your leg as you collapse onto your back, screaming in agony. But you are holding on to life. And then what does it say about taking damage when you're broken?
You just make another critical injury, I believe.
Okay. So, Durzo also takes the 2 points of acid. Where
it says you can't go below 0 health, but each further attack that causes damage will give you another critical injury.
Okay. So, for the moment, you're unconscious. It will take a minute, but you will eventually regain consciousness because so far you essentially only lost oxygen for a minute.
Okay.
So it'll take you a moment. The pain of the acid chewing on you will definitely bring you to now that you're getting air back to your lungs. And you're not necessarily intubated. However, the tube is still in your throat, so when you come to, you have to cough it up. Gag reflex, triggers, and you probably empty what little you do have in your stomach along with it.
Cool. And my buddy boy is with me.
Sans leg.
He's there, and you can see his leg is in the process of being separated from his body.
Okay. I'm not a doctor. But that doesn't look savable, probably.
Yeah, probably not.
So start. I don't need my shirt. That's gonna become a tourniquet, just to keep him from bleeding out.
Okay.
And I am going to lightly try to smack him awake.
Oh, I mean, he is awake. He didn't pass out. Okay. He's awake. He's screaming.
Yeah, I'm going to tourniquet you. Come on, man. We cannot stay here.
When does the next
thing tried to make me eat it?
It's at this point that a tick of acid damage comes through.
Yep.
So make another critical injury.
$54.
Jesus.
Are you kidding me?
That's just unfortunate. You hate to see it happen. It's at this point that you realize now that the burning sensation in the leg is faded, you're also feeling it in your arm. Your leg just had it was your main focus because that's what you saw get hit. But now you feel the burning in your arm, and you turn and see your left arm there is it's getting chewed away at the elbow. Go ahead and make another fucking stamina -1.
I did, and I made it.
Holy shit,
Chad. So yeah, you're all right now. But still alive. In a bad spot. So you've tourniqueted his leg. He's lost a leg and an arm. What do you guys want to do? It's not great.
I don't have other shit weighing me down, so he's getting on my back, fireman carry, and he is coming with me because we are getting out of here one way or another.
Okay.
I'm gonna look for another exit. I'm gonna carefully avoid these fucking eggs.
Okay.
What kind of thing makes you want to eat it?
Are you going to take your time, or are you going to try to rush? If you, so I'm going to say, if you try to rush, you're going to need to make a mobility roll to try to stay quiet.
I'm going to take my time because I have too much stress. If I try to make a roll, like I want to make as few rolls as possible at this point, really.
Yep. Okay. So you start moving. It is a slow, agonizing process.
Yeah.
There's eggs all over the place in here. But you keep moving, and when it feels like there's not going to be a way out of this place, you do eventually find a passageway, a set of stairs, narrow but tall, going up. And as you begin to ascend those stairs, you can hear the pyramid shifting again. And the door you just passed through closes behind you. On one hand, maybe some form of relief. On the other hand, it is a reminder that you don't have a god now.
Yeah.
And you have no idea where in the pyramid you are.
By any chance, this is just for flavor, is my pack of cigarettes still in my pocket? Or did the aliens take
no, they didn't rifle through your pockets, but like all the extra stuff that could have gotten in the way of what they do, they removed.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna light me a smoke and offer one to Tristan.
Tristan, he has one hand to hold a gun. That's what he's doing.
Cool. I feel a little bit bad. Sorry, man. And I'll put it back in my pocket. Lurk. Okay. They said we could try to go out the side and fall down or like slide down the side, right?
That was an option.
Let's do that.
If you can find a passageway that lets you do that, yes.
Straight as possible. Keep track of my turns, okay, buddy? We're getting out of here.
Okay.
I assume that if I were a creepy bug thing, my eggs would be in the center of my hive. And these are weird, big, creepy acid bug things, and we are just in the eggs. So any direction, as long as it's now straight from away from the eggs, is the good direction.
Okay.
So I'm going to look for passageways, and if I am forced to turn, I'm going to try to make as many turns in both directions. So the more I favor right, the more I want to look for left turns, and the more I favor left, the more I want to look for right turns. And I'm going to haul this man with me.
You start moving, and you make your way up this set of stairs. When you've reached the top, there is a panel of stone blocking the way, and you have to wait a few minutes for the pyramid to shift again, for the way to be opened. And when you pass through, curiously, there's like this small, like 15 by 15 room that has like security equipment. There's like scanners, a terminal and desk. They're still like powered and operational. From what you can tell, it looks like this was a security checkpoint to prevent people just from wandering down here.
Oh, holy shit! This is best case scenario. Okay. First, do I see like an emergency aid kit that might be here since it's a security checkpoint?
Not immediately, but knowing that you're looking for that, you go over to the desk. You don't see anything mounted on any walls or anything, but you check the desk. It has a few drawers. In one of the bottommost drawers, like one of those big drawers, you pull it open, and there is a first aid kit.
Oh, excellent. I'm gonna set Tristan in a seat. All right, buddy. You know what the fuck any of this means.
Oh God. Yes. Not gonna lie to you. I'm beyond first aid,
I am looking for us surviving, and I am not doing great. You are not doing great, so let's do a little bit less worse.
and I'm not.
There are doses of painkillers and stuff that can relieve stress in there, amongst other things.
I think this is the time to pop those.
Yeah.
There are also some there's 4 shots of adrenaline in there, amongst other typical supplies like gauze and stuff like that.
All right. So I assume with his instruction, I'm gonna get him patched up, gauzed up, and whatnot. So he's at least not gonna bleed out.
Yep.
And then pop painkillers for us both.
Be the hope.
And yeah. How does that remove all our stress or just a portion?
All of it.
Cool.
Beyond the medical kit, this security station doesn't seem to have much. There is a few extra pistol rounds, so you effectively have an extra supply of ammo. But beyond that, there's not much here. However, go ahead.
I was going to say, is the station still receiving power?
Yes, it's still powered. It's still operational. There's a small generator that's running quietly.
All right. Can I access one of the terminals? Or is it security locked? I assume it's security locked, but it
is security locked, but you can attempt a contact to bypass it.
That's wits, and I have 2 dice. I'm going to slide the medic in front. Hey, buddy, you think you can get into this?
No. I'll try, but no.
Hey, you're going to be better than me.
Oh, they set their password to password.
Yeah.
I'm trying that.
It's probably P@5 sword. So yeah, you unlock the terminal. Anything in particular you're looking for on the computer?
You are here with a map and or I at least want to see if I can get a layout. Not necessarily. I understand this place shifts, so I'm not sure if it will give me that. But where I am in relation to the crams.
Let me do the soul crushing thing. How much time has passed?
Yeah, that's also a good idea.
From what you know, it has been about an hour.
Okay.
From what it looks like. It's been in an hour and 15 from roughly the time you lost consciousness. You weren't really watching the clock when that happened, but from your best estimate. As far as maps, that's very doable. You managed to pull up a series of blueprints. They're actually quite in depth. They are 3-dimensional scans of the entire ziggurat. Seeing this place was one thing. Seeing the actual floor plan of it, it's massive. And you can see what Roos meant by convoluted. On top of it moving, it's just there are so many redundant chambers and hallways that exist for the sake of existing, essentially. It's labyrinthine in here. And from what you can tell, there's not just one blueprint, there are 3 blueprints. And taken a few minutes to examine, there's two primary configurations where everything kind of shifts to like an on-off sort of type of deal. But then there is also a secondary set of variables where certain things also alternate between those two. So some chambers just don't exist on some configurations, but occasionally do.
Okay.
It's a lot of information to memorize, but honing in on, I'm assuming you're getting to the trams where you were originally intending to go is your objective, right?
Yeah. The objective is to exfil.
So you can sit there. It takes a few minutes to memorize, and you can kind of spitball based off of your travel time through other parts, roughly the intervals of when things will shift. That way you don't get lost trying to make your way through, following the guided path you're kind of plotting out, because it's going to take more than 5 minutes to get to the other tram station. That said, with where you're at, there's essentially a series of stairs that you can take and hallways that you can take that would lead you to what's marked as the lab habitat, or the north lab habitat, not north, fuck me, the west lab habitat of the pyramid. So similar to where you came in, there was that lab section. This other tram station is also connected to a lab station, and it looks like the lab station wraps around the corner of the pyramid over there. So you could potentially, it looks like there is a certain passageway you can take where you can come out into the lab and then move through the lab and around to get to the tram station, rather than going entirely through the pyramid.
That sounds great. All right, you ready for another jog, buddy? Shit, sorry, I don't mean nothing by it.
I don't care.
All right, I'm gonna pick your ass up. Actually, before I do that, is there anything else I might be able to use like as a sling so that I can have essentially Tristan backpacked on me? I feel like it'd probably be a more comfortable shooting position, and I'd like a hand for no? Okay.
From your turning your shirt into a tourniquet, you might be able to cut it up in such a way to help alleviate some of the weight, but it won't be.
Oh yeah, since we got gauze to fulfill that condition. Yeah, I totally repurposed the shirt for that.
Yeah. You can kind of help use it to help alleviate some of like the weight, so it's a little less cumbersome on you, but it's not going to give you free range of motion.
All right. In that case, that's it. It's better than nothing.
So you all head out and start making your way. It is eerily quiet in here. And unfortunately gives you a little too much time to think as you're kind of moving through these passageways. It's disconcerting to be in such a massive structure where you know these things could be lingering around every corner, especially when you were just in what you've determined is their nest, essentially.
Yeah.
And yet you've not, other than the one spidery one that jumped at you, you've not encountered any down here. And it's weird. It's just really weird.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because they are just an alien species. They don't work how you think they would. Or maybe there's something you're missing. But it's just eerily quiet, and it just kind of, it keeps you on edge. It's not enough to like gain a stress point, but you are, the further you go, the more and more you're expecting to get jumped, and it just doesn't come.
Yeah, I'm kind of helping to distract myself by like talking to Tristan. Ask him like, hey, what do you think the first thing you're gonna eat when you get back is? Because I sure as hell am not settling for just an MRE.
Tristan is not conversational.
That does not stop Durzo from trying, because that is him like coping.
Tristan is trying to figure out, like, on a medical level, these injuries should probably kill him at some point. Sure, the blood stopped, but it's a matter of time before I start having a clot and a hemorrhage. God knows what's in the acid. God knows that the toxin's going to be what kills me. Just because it knocked me unconscious, maybe it didn't finish the job, maybe it lingers. Fucking the one thing trying to suffocate Durzo, that was a trip.
So essentially it becomes Durzo talking at Tristan while Tristan medically diagnoses himself dead.
It was more or less. He also like goes to the thing of if I would have not tried to save him, I would still have an arm and a leg. And maybe I would survive, maybe he'd be dead, and then he thinks of himself as a monster for that. So, Tristan is very much in his own head at the moment.
Understandable.
So you all push through. You eventually do reach what looks like a sign. It's one of those like fold out signs that are stuck outside of like restaurants and stuff like that. But it's like made out of plastic and shit. And it's like, lab 3B X clearance required or whatever. You follow where the sign points. It leads you to very much a man-made door. And it is like cracked open wide enough to fit through. It looks like the ceiling mechanism is like broken, and it like you try to like push it and it doesn't budge. It's just stuck in the track. And you can see bits of alien down in the track, and well, that's that. But you can slip inside of the lab habitat.
All right. We're almost there, man.
So you get in. The lab looks trash on the inside. There's medical equipment that's been smashed and tossed all over the place. The power is still on. There are terminals that are still intact. You can also see a lot of weird stuff. You can see chambers that have like triple levels of security with like viewing glass into empty rooms. Some rooms aren't empty. There are xenomorphs inside of them, pacing around, occasionally butting their heads against the glass. You see tubes filled with chemicals holding the spidery looking ones in suspended animation, essentially. The place, I mean, it's a madhouse.
Hey, Tris.
Yeah,
I may never buy Wayland shit ever again.
probably for the best.
I didn't ask this earlier, but it may or may not end up being relevant. The medical supplies, did they heal any health?
No.
Okay. Just making sure I'm still
mostly like a first aid kit, not really a proper medical kit.
Yeah. I just wanted to check if I'm still at one.
I had a surgery
it's kind
kit,
of just
but it was
treat things.
It was taken.
Yeah. So you move your way through. You find in one of the portions of the habitat, it looks like is sort of like a bunk area with like small rooms with beds. In one of the rooms, you can see a balding, probably 60-ish-year-old gentleman who is collapsed, partially decomposed over the past like 2 days, from what you guess, with a massive gaping hole in his chest, and a trail of blood across the floor that goes out into the hallway, and then stops essentially. And you can continue to press on through the habitat. You can find a spot where it looks like some of these scientists may have tried to like hold up and defend themselves. It clearly didn't work though, because you haven't seen any scientists other than the one dead one back there.
Yeah.
And you progress through. There are more terminals and stuff. As I mentioned before, this place is powered, like it's actual like white lights, as opposed to like the fucking crushing darkness of the pyramid itself. And eventually you reach a exit that opens out into a junction that connects to the tram station. When you get into the tram station, one of the door opens and you are met by a grisly sight of Ellis, and he is a Swiss person. It looks like he has been riddled with bullets. Very much dead, laying in a pool of his own blood, in a state of permanent shock. And across the tram station, you can see a automated turret that looks like it's been powered down. That's pointing in this direction.
I'm sorry for bringing you down here, man. You weren't bad.
No sign of Bruce, Sarge.
At the moment, no. It also should be noted both tram station doors that go out onto the tracks are closed. And both trams are not here at the station.
Cool. Does Ellis still have his gun? Because he had one of the heavy pulse rifles, right?
He does. He still has it.
All right. I'm gonna, with my free hand, holster the pistol and grab that.
Okay.
All right. Looks like we're holding up here until the tram come back.
Can we call the tram back?
You can. Like I said, this place is still powered. There's a terminal that will enable you to recall one of the trams.
All right. Let's go ahead and call it.
Let's set up behind the turret, call the tram, power that on, and I ain't a praying man like Sarge, but I hope we can get out of here, man.
So you call for the tram. There's a notification on the terminal. ETA 6 minutes. And so you sit and you wait. As you wait, you can peer out the observation windows into the reservoir outside. Is at this point, way up above, you can start to make out a faintly gray sky through the crevice of the ravine way above. It appears dawn is slowly but surely arriving. But down here in the dark of the ravine, there is a few flashes of blue light somewhere out of sight of the windows, but there's an unmistakable glow that lights up the outline of the ziggurat around you. And then there's the occasional screeching sounds in the distance.
You know what actually just came to mind? Can I see where the tram takes us?
You can't see its final destination because it is like still really dark out there.
No, I mean on the at the terminal. Like, does it tell us?
Oh yeah, you can do that. The terminal, you can see a layout of the tracks, and they proceed westward to another station that's designed kind of similar to the one you came down through.
All right. Can I? Oh no, they'd have taken our radios. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can I possibly get a radio connection or like a communications out from this terminal?
Unfortunately not. There is an intercom set up, but that's it.
All right. Well, there goes that idea. We're gonna have to get a radio from somewhere once we get out of here.
Did we ever get the turret back up?
Yeah, that was an intention to do.
The turret, as you approach it, you discover it's not actually powered down. There's a flashing zero ammo remaining on its touchscreen. It would seem the last ammunition left in its magazine was used on Ellis.
That is unfortunate. All right. Well, I guess it's just waiting.
Yeah.
You think we should try to wait for Sarge?
No.
I don't want to. I ain't his biggest fan, but
it's been an hour. Either he's out with them or he's dead. Or in the same boat we are. But I didn't see him down there. At this point, we're just looking to survive.
Yeah, you're right. I feel kind of bad for leaving him. And I know everything's kind of fucked up right now, but thanks for not just leaving me.
Not a problem. You would have done the same for me. Right?
He just gives a curt nod. You know from his behaviors and like just being in the squad that yeah, he would have done the same for you. Of all the people in the squad, he would have done it for you first.
As you're sitting in the relatively eerie quiet, the tram door finally opens with a loud hissing, and a tram pulls into the station.
All right, looks like our bus.
The two of you get aboard and press the button for it to go, and before too long, the tram is moving again. And you are cutting through the darkness of the ravine. Through the tram windows, you can see flashes of blue near the top of the ziggurat. And these flashes light up dozens of dark shapes that are crawling across its surface, trying to get at something. Vaguely humanoid shapes. but it's too far to really get a good look of what exactly is going on. But these shots of blue energy are taking out some of these crawling shapes. And it kind of just shrinks and shrinks as you get further and further along the tram line.
Huh. What you reckon that is?
Don't care.
He shrugs. Fair.
You do arrive at the next station, and when you do, you are greeted by a group of combatants.
Oh, fuck.
Yes, there's two of them that are on standby inside the tram station, as well as a couple automated turrets. And there's another one standing by the entrance to the tram station. As you step off the tram, one of them approaches. Identify yourself.
We're the escort for
Bruce.
Bruce. Yeah, Bruce. I don't fucking remember his last name.
It processes for a moment,
Proselyte.
and after a moment, it turns, points to the door, and says, "Through there, make a left. You must go into quarantine."
Okay.
Hey, we got another buddy who may or may not have been through here. Kind of Sarge looking, like us.
Kind of Sarge looking. Sarge looking ass.
It just stares at you.
Okay.
Did you see him? Was he with the other group?
They're not going to converse much.
Negative.
Well, if he comes through here, don't kill him or nothing.
It just stares at you.
Yeah, I'll move on.
All right, we'll go into quarantine.
Yeah, so this station is set up somewhat similarly. There is some difference. There is a lab section that you go into. There are some scientists apparently still alive. You don't see Roos or Durson down here when you do see these other people, and they are very quick to isolate both of you into separate, I wouldn't call them hospital rooms, but they are definitely like medical room type vibes, and they immediately start using these high-tech beds to start running scans on the both of you. They will also give you some basic medical attention after these scans that will recover 2 hit points.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
And they also dope you up with a bunch of antibiotics for Tristan.
Thank you.
They don't really talk to you much. They ask, how you're feeling. Are you noticing any symptoms or anything? They don't really explain much of anything to you. They take a bunch of notes, and that's that. And after about an hour of this, they kind of put you both in a room together, and they kind of close the door and leave the two of you in there. And it's a very basic room. There's a couch, there's a bed, and not much else.
Did they take any of our?
And it's toilet.
Did they take our weapons?
No, they let you keep your weapons.
Thank you.
But yeah, they don't talk to you much, and they just kind of put you in this room and they close the door.
All right. They didn't tell you got cancer or nothing, right?
Not that I'm aware of. They tell you anything?
Nah. I'm still, I guess, a little worried with the whole, like, face dealy, spider dealy do.
Yeah.
Try not to think about it too hard, but, you know how the mind be.
But I don't know. I'm being honest. They let us keep our guns. I don't think we're getting out of this room.
I mean, I'm a little glad they let us keep our guns.
So, is there anything you want to do?
Tristan's just gonna sit on the couch and contemplate everything, the universe, what the bugs are, if Waylon's gonna let him live.
You know, if they make us as rich as they were saying, and I get it, buddy, it's a stretch, but I'll help you pick out some prosthetics.
I'm pretty sure.
Maybe we can get one of them fancy droid arms for you.
Pretty sure he was blowing smoke up our ass. I don't know if Waylon's gonna let us leave. Why pay the money when they don't need to? I'm waiting for that door to come in, for that door to open, and a couple combat synths run in here and do what they do.
Well, he checks to make sure that the chamber on the heavy pulse rifle is loaded. If they do, they're coming into one hell of a party.
I look. Are there vents in here?
There is one.
I could also just pump it full of anesthetic gas, and they'll have to spend a little bit of gas and a little piece.
Maybe. But what my pop always used to say, don't worry about what you can't control. If they gas us, then ain't nothing I can do. They send droids, I got a gun. They let us live. Hallelujah.
Amen.
Oh, don't you get Sarge on me.
You're the one that said hallelujah.
So you all end up sitting here for a while, long enough to lose a little bit of stress, but you all are already medicated, so ultimately it doesn't matter. But as you're sitting there, after about like an hour sitting around, you can hear an alarm sound, and red lights begin to flash. And you can hear it monotone: perimeter breached. Perimeter breached.
Fuck.
All essential personnel evacuate.
Well, I guess now it's time to knock, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna go to the door and start banging on it. Hey!
Just gonna bang on it.
Yeah. Hard and loud.
Can you open it?
I mean, is it locked? I presumed it was locked.
You haven't tried.
You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, sure, I'll try.
It's locked.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
So, banging on it.
Yeah. You bang on it. There is a there's a window that is kind of tinted. You can like kind of see stuff going on the other side. You can see some of like the medical personnel and like scientists and stuff you saw are like hastily grabbing a few things and are like bolting. Somebody gives you a sideways glance and they just turn and just keep running. Apparently you are not essential personnel.
Nope.
Neat. Is the observation room empty now?
Yes, for the moment it is.
I shoot the glass with the pistol.
Cool. The glass cracks a little bit.
Well, at least we know it's not bulletproof, right?
Yep.
And I level my heavy pulse rifle at it.
Make me a ranged attack.
Cool. I auto.
Sure.
I got machine gunner, damn it. I'm gonna use it. So that's plus 2 dice plus the pulse rifles dice bonus. I think it's 2 and 2. Oh no, wait, that's the wrong section. There we go, rifles. And it was a heavy pulse rifle?
Yep.
2 and 2.
Yep.
Okay. So that's 4 dice bonus on top of my 8. So that's 12 dice. I am at 0 stress. Cool. All right, so that's 5 damage.
Yes.
Armor piercing.
You unload and unload on this window. It is bullet resistant for sure. But as you mag dump the thing, it eventually like just hitting the same spot over and over and over again. Bulletproof is kind of a misnomer.
Mm-hmm.
Even bulletproof glass, when shot enough times, will give. And that's what you do. And eventually the window shatters. It's not perfect. You do have to sit there and take a minute of like kicking it with your boot to get the rest of it to break free in a sheet, because it mostly spiderwebbed. It didn't shatter like normal glass does.
Yeah, because it's got like laminate and shit between it.
Yeah. But you manage to break it off in such a way that you can relatively safely get yourself in Tristan through with minimal cuts, if any.
Mm. All right, buddy. Round 2. Or 3. Or 4? Honestly, I ain't keeping track no more. Yeah. I am gonna haul him over my shoulder, because I don't presume he's been given the peg leg. And let's get going.
Mm-hmm.
I head out the door that the scientist went through.
Yeah. As you step out through the door, you see like a wave of like a dozen or so xenomorphs come pouring up through the tram doorway. And these combat synths are mag dumping into the swarm as auto turrets are going off left, right, and center.
Mm-hmm.
As these auto turrets are going off, on the opposite side of the room where the androids aren't looking, you see that there are some of the smaller xenomorphs come crawling up out of the vents, breaking the vents free of the bolts that hold them in place. There's like 4 of them that are coming out to flank. And at this point, you say initiative.
All right.
And you do see the cargo lift across the room just closed and is ascending.
Yeah, that's fair. Ha! And 4 for both of us. Neat. Yep.
Jesus.
Everyone's rolling like shit or fucking peak.
Okay. So there is.
That's a lot of rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's relatively sizable combat.
Damn, I wish we had some grenades.
They do be like that sometimes.
I wish I had another smart gun.
Okay. So things kick off. One of the androids continues firing off in the coming swarm. Another android does the same. No, wait, sorry. That was Scout one that goes first. So one of the scouts comes rushing out of the vent and crosses the room behind one of the synths. And let's see what it does. It seems to be sizing it up as it approaches. It doesn't attack just yet. The first synth is unloading into the swarm, as is the second synth. Another scout comes running out of a vent. And it is going to launch itself across the room at one of the synths. Let's see. Oops. Y'all's armor is 6, right?
Yep.
If we had it.
Well, they're probably
Yeah.
having the same. They probably have the same armor.
I mean, they're heavy shots.
So it launches an attack, and it kind of just gets caught up on the synth's armor. And the synth makes this like very electronic grunting sound as it staggers a little bit from it jumping on it. And I fucking started rolling in general again. God damn it.
Have you considered not?
Why am I like this? That was Scout 2. So one of the synths hearing the sound turns around. There's like no communication between these things.
Yeah.
One of the synths turns around and unloads on one of the scouts. Actually, what's the benefits from full auto again?
+2 dice. You also gain a stress if you don't have assault machine gunner.
But since
Okay.
And I believe everybody makes a panic roll that is like next to you, but since.
Yeah. It's piercing. Okay. So it turns around and it shoots the scout that jumped one of the other synths, and it sends the scout kind of stumbling. It's still alive. But this synth, I mean, every time they're shooting, they are just dumping their magazines. They're just holding down the trigger. with disgusting accuracy. God damn it. I gotta stop doing that.
Rolling in general.
Yeah.
Huh.
Another synth will turn around and it will see the injured one and will attempt to finish it off. If it's fucking 15 dice that's throwing at this. Jesus Christ. Yeah. It mulches that xenomorph, and acid goes spraying. It doesn't hit anybody though. And the thing dies with this death screech. That means Tristan's your go.
All I have is the pistol. I'm gonna try to shoot at
Shoot one of the scouts.
Yeah, one of the scouts.
Do you want to prioritize one that's coming out of a vent or one that is running across the room?
One of the vent ones.
Okay. I will give you a 1 die bonus since it's very predictable on where it's going to be.
The vent.
I think we have 1 level of strength.
Yeah, it doesn't have maneuverability, so you get an extra die to hit it.
I miss.
Sag.
Well, I don't have any stress. I'll push it.
Sure.
A 1.
There you go, you hit. So just 2 damage.
2 damage.
2 damage.
No AP.
Yeah, it takes 2 damage. You fucking put it down. You put it around, and it's really long dome, but it's still alive, and it kind of screeches in your general direction. It seems smart enough to understand, like you shot it.
Good, I wasn't hiding the fact.
Okay, Durzo, you're up.
All right, I'll double tap it.
Sure. Same thing, plus 1 die.
Cool. 11 dice because plus 8 dice plus 2 from the gun plus 1 from the circumstance bonus. Still no stress. Cool. That's 3 damage.
Okay. See, how does it handle with its armor?
Armor piercing, by the way.
Shit, you hit it, and it ends up holding.
Cool.
It dies in the vent entrance.
That should buy some time.
Kind of just slumps there. Let's see. A scout comes rushing out of another vent entrance. And seeing that there are the 2 of you shooting at them coming out of the vents, it's going to come at y'all. And since you're carrying him, it's going to come after you, Durzo.
Understandable.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, you did that in general again.
God fucking damn it.
And telling you
Okay.
now before you started rolling more.
Okay. All right. I want to believe.
Oh, thank God.
Wow. You're so lucky.
I know, because that was what? Head bite?
Yeah. This scout comes running up to you and it tries to grab you as its inner jaw lurches forward, but you manage to stagger back before it can get its hands on you. We're going to continue down the list. One of the synths will turn around and shoot at one of the other scouts that have crossed the room. Once again, just a fucking stream of shots. Just gonna hit it. It's gonna roll its armor. And it's gonna get fucking staggered by bullets as it's absolutely riddled. And then there's a final scout that is going to come running up out of a vent and is going to go charging one of the synths that just shot. What is it going to try to do? It's watching. And then we go back around to the top to the first scout.
Who died?
No, Scout 1's alive. Scout 2 is the one that got smoked.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the scout that tried to stab him.
Scout 1 is going to attempt something. Let's see what it is.
Wait,
Okay.
so only one scout died so far?
Yes.
Okay.
Or no,
I thought
two.
the
Sorry,
one...
two of them died because they killed one and then you guys killed one.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's why I was confused.
You guys killed. Which one was it? You're shooting at one coming out of the vent. Am I dumb? Oh,
I think
yeah.
it was one of the scouts that hadn't gone yet.
Oh, yeah, that fourth scout shouldn't have gone then because that would have been the one you would have shot at, essentially.
Mm.
Okay. So Scout 4 didn't happen. It wasn't real. It was non-canon.
That explains why it took no actions. It knew. I'm already dead.
So Scout 1 does a gaze, and then it lurches forward, launching itself to try to grab one of the combat synths. See how it does. Okay. Wow, get fucked. That was okay. It grabs the synth and drags it back towards the vent. Or actually, no, better yet, it grabs the synth and drags it into the tram area amongst all the other like xenomorphs that are being held back. The android doesn't seem super phased. It kind of just makes this robotic grunting sound as it kind of tries to like resist.
I'm just imagining Roblox oofs.
Well, that's the kind of the weird part is they don't really make noises much. They just kind of like it grabbed it, it fell over and was being dragged along.
Yeah.
It's a very hollow, emotionless thing to watch.
Yeah.
So say that was one got grabbed. So he's out of sight right now. One of the synths turns and shoots at the scout that came running towards you guys. That is 15 dice arenas. Jesus Christ. Okay, that was one extra die. Fucking whoopsie daisy. We just won't count that last one. So one success. And it gets fucking smoked. However, it wasn't engaged. So
do I
now
get another critical wound?
No, we healed 2.
Yeah, you did heal 2 boxes. And it's you both take 1 acid damage.
Okay, cool. That won't carry over for multiple rounds.
Yeah, it pulps this thing and there's a light spray of acid. It doesn't feel too light being on the receiving end of it, but in the grand scheme of things,
Could be a lot worse.
You get out of it pretty okay.
I'm gonna be honest, I have gotten more acid damage than anything.
Yeah.
That shit hurts.
That shit hurted.
But that bastard is dead as shit. And it goes down to 3 and 4. They both turn their attention back on the horde and keep shooting into the horde. Tristan, what do you want to do?
So heist any targets?
At the moment, no. The horde of xenomorphs that are pressing in seem to still be contained in the tram area, and from like the lab entrance, you can't see into there. You can see the doors open to that area, and they're shooting into it, but you can't see what's going on inside.
We need to find an out now.
You can see there's an indicator on the cargo lift that is indicating that it is still going up.
Yeah, we're stuck here until the thing can come back down.
Well, I can't really move, and I can't really shoot anything, so...
I mean, there's still other aliens, right?
Well,
Yeah, there's still a scout.
No, that scout disappeared into the horde in the train
Oh,
station.
okay.
Yeah, that was the one that grabbed the synth and dragged it away.
There's a horde of them.
Yeah, he can't move though, so he can't move over there and start shooting into the horde.
Oh, that's fair.
Because
Can he like delay his
around the corner
so that I can move?
I mean, I'll allow it. Since he is dependent on you for mobility.
I mean, if Tristan says, like, get me an angle, I will happily comply.
I say we need to get the fuck out. I don't care about an angle. I mean, I'm quite literally on my last leg.
Yeah, well, if you got an idea, I'm just kind of waiting for that tram. The elevator took a bunch of minutes, right?
Yeah, it took you, when you came down at the other station, it took about 10 minutes to descend.
Yeah, so if they just left, we're kind of, unless you know another way, we're stuck here for now.
We can start climbing.
That is not wrong.
How fast did it feel like the elevator moved?
It wasn't very fast. It's a cargo lift. It is slow and steady, but can take a lot of weight.
I'm gonna need you to.
It's a few hundred feet to go.
I'm gonna need you secure then, buddy. Because I'm gonna need both my hands.
Do what I can.
So are you gonna look for things to kind of get him?
Yeah.
Are you gonna try to MacGyver a harness? Is that your plan here?
I'm gonna try to MacGyver an alien resurrection harness.
Okay.
Hey, they did it in the movie.
There's not really a great role for this. So I'll say it'll take you a few minutes. Like the gunfire and such is ongoing.
Yeah.
But yeah. You go back into labs. You break away from the combat for the time being. And you manage to find like some straps and stuff, and it takes some finagling, but you do manage to get yourself something together that would be functional. It's not great, it's not perfect, but it'll work.
Mm-hmm.
When you go to leave the lab, however, one of the synths will see you approaching the cargo lift, and it will raise its pulse rifle towards you and will say, "Return to quarantine."
Your buddies are out there fighting aliens. You may want to help them.
Return to quarantine, and meanwhile, there's like the gunfire still very loudly happening, like 5 feet away.
Fine. I will back off. Does he lower his weapon at some point?
He keeps it trained on you and just keeps watching you.
All right. I will go around a corner. All right, Tristan. Looks like we got to do some murder on bots.
It's not murder. It was never alive.
True. You want to sit this out or
No.
shoot over my shoulder?
I'm just gonna shoot over your shoulder.
All right. All right. 3, 2, 1. Going guns blazing.
Okay, let's do initiative. See if you or this synth goes first.
Yeah, that's the scary part.
We're going by golf rules, right?
That's
I've totally been doing that.
That's a wrong thing. My bad.
Also in general.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yes, God.
I'm sorry. I was led astray by our dipshit GM.
I will break you.
We're all pretty broken already.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not Tristan.
Well,
I also rolled a 1. Do I get to go first because I'm a PC?
I rolled
No.
a 7.
Tristan gets to go first.
Cool.
So it did turn, like once you got out of sight, it turned its attention back on the horde. You move back into range of seeing it. You're free to do what you want.
For stress.
I feel like Tristan has just become my smart gun.
A weapon to surpass Metal Gear.
I panic.
Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, it's a nervous twitch. Okay, I'll take my first stress. That's fine.
I'm actually at seat cover.
No.
I will fucking break you.
So this is the pistol, so it's what, 2 damage?
It's 2 damage. No AP. It probably does.
Yeah.
I could probably barely read. Oh shit.
Nope, 2 damage.
Yeah, we don't know how much health it has. I mean, it is a combat synth, so it's probably not a small amount, but
so when you shoot it, it makes another like electronic grunting sound, and then it turns and it will raise its rifle. Unfortunately, you're on Durzo, so center mass just is Durzo.
damn, I don't get to go before it. That fucking sucks.
Machine precision.
And it is going to unload at you. The heavy assault rifle is it's the heavy pulse rifle is 3 damage base.
2
right?
damage base.
2 damage.
2 damage base. Okay, so it's 3 damage coming at you, armor piercing.
Well, I don't have armor,
That's true.
so I'm going to take a critical wound.
Yep.
Let's see. I'm dead.
Jesus.
Yeah, sorry, Tristan.
It's fine.
65 is one of the immediate deaths, I believe.
Yep.
I don't even get to save.
Yeah, that's how it happens.
Well, that was
it
not the best way.
Pierce
Pierce head. He headshots me.
Yeah. There's a stream of shots, and one of them just plugs right in the middle of the forehead. And Durzo falls backwards, collapsing on top of Tristan.
I have to ask the question. It was armor piercing. Do I get hit?
No, the system's not that granular.
Okay.
It does knock the wind out of you, though. And you're kind of just stuck laying there. What do you want to do on your turn?
Start crawling.
You are strapped to him.
I will get out from the straps if I can.
I don't imagine it's hard.
It's something that we jury rigged together, so
Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy. I wanted to save us.
you're fine. This is how I imagined it was going to happen in the first hour.
Fuck,
So
man.
You start fucking with the straps. The while you're doing that, the sense of tension switches back to the horde, and it continues shooting. You hear like an electronic screeching sound, and you glance up to see like a spray of white hit the roof of the doorway across the room. It wasn't the one that was shooting at you guys, but it looks like one of them got fucked up. And you managed to get out of the straps. What do you want to do when you're out?
Crawling. I'm crawling to the ladder. I have one leg, one arm. The worst thing that happens is I die.
So give me mobility.
What am I?
Wait a second.
What am I?
Wait a second. I'm sorry. This might be late. I realize coming around the corner, do I technically have cover? Because that does give me armor.
I mean, you said you were running in guns blazing, but I suppose I could allow it.
Yeah, it was coming around the corner and start shooting.
Roll the armor to see if it makes a difference before we say for sure that we backtrack.
Okay.
It's 3 damage at the moment.
Yeah. Well, stopping even one, I think, technically saves me. I just need to remember where range combat. Yes. Would this count as a bulkhead?
Say so, yeah. It's a very sturdy facility.
All right, so then that's 7. Armor piercing halves it. Do we round up or down?
I want to say it's up.
All right, so that's 4. Can I push it?
Technically speaking, I
guess.
don't think we're able to push equipment rules because we're not able to stress it. Like we were doing that last night, and I don't think we were supposed to.
Let me check.
I mean, it doesn't say that we can't on pushing your roll, which is page 60.
No, apparently you cannot push an armor roll.
Because it's an equipment
Okay,
roll.
well, then yeah, I'm screwed.
Yeah. Am I dropping any dice for mobility? All things considered.
Not really. You're because of the nature of what's going on, you're going to be moving slow. This mobility is not about how quickly you can cross the room. It is more about how quietly you're going across the room.
I didn't add mine. Okay.
The thing is like they're distracted. So I forgot to tell you, you also get extra dice. Considering how slow you're going to be moving and with active gunfire going on, I'm going to say you get like 3 extra dice.
Okay. So the first 4 was from my skill. Next 3 were from stress. There's a 1 in there. We'll handle that here in a minute for the panic roll. So I have 1 success, and then I have a panic roll to make.
Okay.
Add 3, so 7.
I think that's Twitch. Panic. Oh no, that's the other thing.
So panic roll 7. Yep, nervous switch.
Yeah. So you just get 1 more.
Your stress goes up by 1.
Yay.
There's nobody around you to gain stress. So you crawl your way across the floor. It is slow and agonizing. But the synths do not seem to either take notice of you or they aren't concerned with you at this very moment, as there are like 3-meter tall xenomorphs that are trying to reach these synths to tear them apart. It looks like one did, but it got turned into a pulp in the process. They're kind of dashing back and forth between cover, trying to actually use tactics to get at these synths, because it seems that they understand that they cannot outright bull rush these synths like they could you. And as this is going on, you see a flash of blue crash in through one of the windows and smoke one of the warriors, just taking its head clean off in a burst of acid. And one of the synths redirects its aim and starts firing somewhere into the darkness beyond the tram station. But you are undisturbed, and you are able to reach the cargo lift elevator.
Is there a emergency ladder?
On the back left corner, there is a essentially an emergency button that you can press, and it causes a panel to slide open, revealing a ladder inside of a shaft that goes up the cargo lift. Greater elevator shaft, I should say.
Yeah.
It's contained somewhat.
That is.
It is going to be a long, painful climb, doing it one-handed, one-legged. But it's doable. As long as you don't rush yourself, there's not major risk here, because it is small enough that you can kind of lean against either of the walls to kind of help, leverage yourself and stuff, or occasionally take a break and such. But it's going to be a long climb.
Yeah.
You have to go a few hundred feet to get up there.
And just start going. I will try to close the panel behind me.
Yeah, that's doable.
Don't want any of those things, following me up.
So you begin the climb, and it takes a while. The gunfire slowly becomes more and more distant, and it eventually dies down completely. You can't see what is happening below, but eventually things do fall quiet when you're about 2/3 of the way up. And you keep climbing and climbing and climbing, and eventually you reach the top of the ladder, and there is a lever to pull that will open the panel. And you are able to crawl out into the upper station. And it is somewhat peaceful up here. You do see there are a pair of combat synths standing on guard, and Roos is sitting next to Eliza, and Dursand. Dursand is also looking a little rough for wear. It looks like he has some acid burns. But Roos and the woman seem untouched. And they are sitting on a couch, and They look like they're waiting, and they look honestly surprised to see you.
I close the panel.
And yeah, Durson comes running over. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Are you okay? Well, I mean, no, you're not okay. But holy shit, where's everybody else? And he'll help pull you into the room, and he'll help guide you over to the couch.
Corporal, MIA. Thurston, do you you didn't see what happened to the captain, right?
No.
Okay.
I mean, we were running, and then those things came at us, and some of us got separated, I guess, and then fucking Ellis got.
I saw you're good. Durzo, KIA. Corporal, Castaneda, MIA. Private First Class Jackson, KIA. Fuck. I just lay down and stare at the ceiling.
Well, just try to relax. There's a truck coming, a transport coming, that's going to take us to the outpost near here, and then we're going to get a ship out of here. So we just gotta wait.
I look to Roos. Does he?
He's mostly just checking his watch. Like, he is very blank expression, just checking the time.
Roos, does the set for life cover the cover prosthetics?
I mean, they're gonna give you enough money, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do with it.
Wonderful. Oh, fuck. Fuck all of this. Fuck this.
And I think we're going to call this here for now. I don't want to go too much further without giving Ollie a chance to catch up.
Yeah.
And to figure out which NPC we'll be handing over to Damiani to take control of.
Just a fucking synth immediate headshot, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. They're fucking nasty.
Like, I have the stamina. I could have survived anything but one of the instant kills, and I just...
Yeah.
Instant kill.
Yeah, dude. It's what happens when you've got like shit like critical injury tables.
Yeah, critical injury tables are generally fun.
Well, at least one of us made it.
I mean, haven't made it yet. I'm still on the rock. I'm still surrounded by Waylon.
Yeah. By Utani asshats. It's fun. Just sucks to suck, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me figure out food real quick.
So I guess that was this session.
Yes.
Hope you guys on the VOD enjoyed it.
There's no video. It's not a VOD. Why do you keep saying VOD? There's no video. Grandpa, are you
just
alright?
used to calling that shit. Shut the fuck up.
But yeah, thank you everybody for listening. Hope you had fun. We will be back for the next one, in which we will have Ali and his fucked shit going on. I would say that it, probably can't be worse for him, but considering where we left him off at,
I mean, one of us is dead and the other is missing 2 limbs, so I don't think it can really get much worse for him.
Well, let's not say things we don't mean.
Oh no, I mean it.
There are some fates worse than death. But yeah. So next time could very well be the last session. We will probably see who lives and who dies, who makes it out at the end. And after that, who knows? Depending on what happens, this might be a storyline of some kind that will be revisited at some point in the future.
Yep. I need to have more one shots available for shenanigans.
Yeah.
If not one shots, like the Red Markets one I have is not a one shot. Well, one of them is a one shot. It's very much a like short storyline. I do want to introduce you guys to that system at some point. But we'll talk about that after I close up. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful day, and see you later.
Doses.